Good evening. As things go tonight, well, I'm waiting on an air filter for the Briggs. Once I get that running a little bit better, I've got some paint for it that's a pretty close match. So I'm probably gonna have to order a decal set. Unfortunately, they're not cheap, but what am I gonna do? But, you know, while we're waiting, we don't wanna be bored. And so, check this out. This is a Turn Up the Bass special. This 1998 C1500 belongs to a friend of the owner of the Tiguan. And because it's a 1998, he can't find a shop that will work on it. It's too old. Go figure. It's not like it's a 1938, which I'd work on too, but whatever. Look at this thing. It's a V6 5-speed, no air, no power windows, no power locks, 2-wheel drive, long box, regular cab. This is how trucks should be. And the owner thinks it needs a fuel pump. It's really down on power. Like by the time he got it here from his house, he had to be running in second. So we've got a fuel pump on the way. He's not averse to changing the tank if we need to. So when we drop the tank, we'll see what kind of state it's in. If it's not the fuel pump, which it could well be, it sounds like it's just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. I've got some other thoughts too, like maybe the coil. It actually ran pretty nice bringing it in, so maybe it needs a coil. Maybe it's breaking down while it's hot, because this still uses one single ignition coil and a distributor cap. It does have new plugs and new battery and new fuel filter and all kinds of stuff like that. So it is well maintained. It's low mileage. Actually was on a chicken farm for a while inside a heated barn. So that's why it's, it's pretty clean for 1998 Chevy. So I really like this truck. It's really growing on me. We'll drop the tank and we'll see where we're at. And if that doesn't help things, at least a coil is cheap and easy. You know, certainly doing the fuel pump is not wasted effort. I mean, it is 37 years old, 38 years old. So it's just dripping off right now. And I think we'll hit this thing tomorrow.
Palm trees, broken roads, desert dust bowl sun, where the bill man will call you almost every week. Which bills to pay today, what's left in the fridge to eat. Where stars frame the night, born out of dreams, just close enough to give hope, but too far to reach. That hope on fire, the backseat for a bed in search for something bright.
Oh, look at your funny tail. Show us your funny tail. Okay, well, I've got the old girl jacked up a little bit. Got jack stand under the frame there, under the rear axle on this side. There. And a couple of 4x6s under the tires on the other side, just to lift it all up. And I've hit all the hose clamps for the filler and the hardware and the bolts that are holding up the tank with some penetrating fluid. It's 12:30 at night, and I'm just home from work and I'm kind of tired, so I'm gonna go watch some TV. And tomorrow I've actually got a little bit more time than usual, so we can kind of hit this thing hopefully pretty hard. All right, we'll see you then. Oh my gosh, well, no progress made yet today on the Chevy. Today was supposed to be a little less driving kids around, a little less dad bussing, and figured I'd be able to hit this thing pretty hard, and it was the exact opposite. Just as soon as I got home, I'd have to leave to deliver another kid or pick up another kid, and it was just nonstop. So, home from work now, and it's after midnight again, as per usual. So I thought, you know what, if I just get that filler neck out of there, disconnected from the tank, and I'll probably disconnect it from the box there as well, just so it's right out of the way, then at least I can say I did something. And hopefully tomorrow, I know there's a little bit of dad bussing to do, but hopefully just the regular amount, and I can hit that thing again, because the pump should actually be arriving tomorrow. So it'd be nice to have that tank out. Whew. Well, fuel filler's out. That took the better part of an hour. Just, hoses, hose clamps that need to be cut, hoses that have probably not been disconnected since this truck was new. So, hopefully that's not a harbinger of everything that's to come. Hopefully, once I undo the clamps that are actually holding the tank, hopefully it'll come down and we can get everything on top and get everything disconnected relatively easily. Now that we're just about ready to drop the tank actually. So, whew, back at it. Between editing Caterday's video and everything, I've probably only got maybe half an hour to work on this tank here, but that fuel pump's supposed to arrive today, so let's see how far we can get. tank. I mean, okay, that part's plastic, but over there is metal. And that looks spectacular. And over there is metal. And it looks spectacular. So we are definitely going to reuse this tank. That wasn't bad. Fuel tank looks really nice and clean inside, which is really good news. Just kind of waiting for the pump now and stab it all back together, and then we'll see how it goes. Yeehaw! I'm gonna go and get ready for work. I know. I can't believe it either. We didn't get our fuel pump. We got Tacoma brake shoes, but no fuel pump. Can you believe it? I know. And Rock Auto didn't send us a magnet or an invoice. I know. They're slipping. Come here. Wow. Minor snowpocalypse hit us tonight. Not that much snow. Not that cold by our standards, but just really windy, and it's really drifted in. So I'm super glad that I spent a bunch of time fixing up El Toro Viejo, because I'm going to be putting her to work tomorrow. That is some deep drifts out there, and because I'm going to be spending so much time tomorrow clearing snow, I'm going to tackle the truck here a little bit. I need to lift the tank out of that sort of bucket that it's in, because it's all full of like gravel and dirt. So I want to lift it out of there and get all that junk out of there. But it's going to be a bit of a trick because it's just really heavy. There's still a fair bit of gas in there. So I've got some ideas for what to do with that are kind of sketchy, but should work. And then just get that emptied out so that you can put it back together, put the pump in, get it back up in the truck, hopefully tomorrow. Well, I really thought this would work. Probably went about as well as I expected, but look at all this crud in here. I'm happy to get that out of there. I had to show you this. There's actually grass growing in it. Well, that right there was some solid sketchiness. Got the new fuel pump from Rock Auto. They actually sent me a fridge magnet this time. This is what I pulled out. And I just don't know. How on earth did it get that way? Like, it does look damaged right in here. It's really kinked. There wouldn't be much flow through there, which is, looks like return to tank. So, yeah, I'm just really quite surprised by that. Maybe that one was damaged right from new. I don't know. That way. Down she goes. Just like that. So the only thing I can think is that that other one was damaged somehow and just couldn't have been reading properly or anything. I think I forgot to put the O-ring on here. Ring. Thing of beauty. Thing of beauty. That's it. She's home. Oh. That would have been nice to know about before. Under the floor, they've cut access panels to the fuel pump. This explains a thing or two. The fuel pump coming out damaged. Somebody's changed it and damaged it in doing so. Anyway, I did not film a lot of the removal of the fuel tank because it was kind of hard and I wasn't sure how it was going to go. So I will film the installation, which is actually just the reverse of removal. So play this backwards if you'd like to know how to remove the fuel tank. First thing I have to do before putting the tank back in, because I'm a Neanderthal, I just cut the ground wire off so I wouldn't have to deal with it. And now I do have to deal with it. It's this bolt right up here, directly below this cross member, so it's a bit awkward to get at. I've already loosened it off because, I don't know, thought ahead for once. And we're just gonna pull that out of there. And I'm not gonna film it because you know how to undo a bolt. All right, back under the Chevy. Got the fuel pump electrical connected up. The ground wire is connected back up to the frame up there. And I'm hoping that I can connect up the fuel lines now without lifting the tank. I kind of dropped it and then disconnected them, so hopefully I can reverse that. You can see I put a red cable tie on one fuel line. Actually, on the old pump I put a green one to go with, where is it? That green cable tie. Whatever, it's green to red. The other one has none, so it's pretty hard to mix them up. Get those connected up and then start lifting this thing back into place. Jeepers. Guess I should have expected that. How much is in here? Not much. All right. Bit of a hard bend, not gonna lie, but it is at least only temporary. What were those, 3/4? Yeah, and that was 11/16, 5/8. There we go. Yeah, 1. 2. Okay, good. All snug. Now I gotta try and lift this thing back up into place. Could be interesting. Gotta hook up all the filler junk. Woo! Yeah. Good. Oh my. Guys, we are all assembled with help from Oxito's work light. Right there. I can show you. There's the fuel neck installed, breather pipe, new clamps, all the way back to on top of the tank there, so we can set this down on the ground and fire it up. All right, well, we're gonna turn the key on and hopefully hear a fuel pump. Sounds like a fuel pump to me. Oh, reading half the tank, which is probably about right. I think what I'm going to do is because I didn't drive it before. I don't really know what was going on, you know. I just drove it enough to get it in here. I'm going to speak with the owner of the truck, and if he's not too far away, maybe I'll have him come out and give it a test drive, and if all is good, then you can take it away, and if it needs a little more attention, well then it'll get it. Sweet.